Hello friends, and welcome back to the start of another reading video. I hope the sound of the pitter-patter of the raindrops isn't too loud because it has rained for like the past 24 hours straight here. It has been the most wonderful cozy reading mood, and have I read that much? Honestly no, I haven't, so that is exactly what this video is going to accomplish. My friend Marty over on Instagram, also known as Let's Talk About Books Baby, also here on YouTube, I will have all of her stuff linked down below. She hosts this reading challenge called the Laidback Readathon. It takes place several times throughout the year, and it just encourages you to dive into books more and to knock out some of those books that have been on your TBR for way too long. This specific readathon goes from October 26th to October 29th, so from a Thursday to a Sunday, and I do have some plans this weekend. It is my last night working as a scare actor for the season at the haunted house, so I do have quite a bit going on, but I'm still hoping to accomplish quite a bit. Tentatively on my TBR, I have Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives, The Intern, and I'm also thinking about reading You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. The audiobook is super short, my hold just came in, and I've honestly heard lots of great things about it. I'm not expecting to read all of those books, but if I do, patting myself on the back. Me and TBRs change as often as I change my clothes. They change all the time. I am the biggest mood reader, so we will just have to see what happens. So I just got home from work and I already need to do some updates. I finished the first book of this vlog quite a few hours ago, but this is Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives. This is the second book in the Clown in a Cornfield series. If you're unaware of what this series is, it's basically a small town slasher film. It is set in Kettle Springs, and in the first book, Friendo the Clown comes alive. Friendo is a killer and he is targeting specific people of the town one by one. It was pure chaos. My thoughts on this second book, I won't say too much because I don't want to spoil all of the events that have led up to what is going on in here, but this book takes place a year after the events from Clown in a Cornfield. The biggest gripes that I had with this book is that following the characters and their perspectives was a little confusing and overwhelming at times. It was pretty hard for me to keep who is who straight in my brain. I just read it for the vibes because the vibes were high. In this book, there is a big feature on haunted houses, and it's kind of messed up because the haunted house that is created within Kettle Springs is based on the events that happened a year ago. If I was a member of this town, that is traumatic. How did the mayor, how did the town, the city even allow that to happen? But from a reader's perspective, it was pretty entertaining and it really dove into the haunted house life, what it takes to be a scare actor's schedule, more of a behind the scenes look of a haunted house. And by haunted house, I'm meaning like a fun one that you go through in October with your friends, not like a paranormal haunted house. And as a scare actor myself, who is also a clown, it was pretty interesting to read that portrayed in a book because I have never had that experience before. It literally brought my biggest fears as a scare actor to life. With all that being said, I'm just going to give this book a 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, if you want to say that a book like this is fun. I was entertained while reading it. I do think that this book suffers a little bit from the second book syndrome. Towards the end in the acknowledgements, Adam Caesar says, wait, what if they made a Clown in a Cornfield 3? Come on. So that's basically the verification that we need that there is going to be a third book within this series. So we have made our way into the book room, and if it is a little bit echoey, it is because you are literally standing on my bookshelf right now. But I wanted to show y'all the next book that I am picking up for this vlog, and it is The Intern by Michelle Campbell. I know this is a pretty popular author, but I personally have not picked up anything by them before. So when I saw that this was a book of the month selection, I don't know for what month. What month was this? for September, literally last month. Come on, Alexis. I knew I wanted to pick it up because it sounds like more of a legal thriller, kind of like the same vibes of How to Get Away with Murder. So I knew it was one that I wanted to give a read. I'll just read the inside flap here so you get an idea of what journey I am about to go on. It just says, a young Harvard law student falls under the spell of a charismatic judge in this timely and thrilling novel about class, ambition, family, and murder. So I started reading the first couple chapters just a few minutes ago, and I am already intrigued. Our main character already has herself in a very tough situation, so I am curious to see how she is going to navigate that. Since I am home from work, typically about this time I would be getting into my pajamas and reading, getting some food for the night, but it is a Thursday, and Thursdays mean that my best friend Callum forces me to go out of the house with him and go get Mexican food. After I get home from that, I'm gonna shower, and then Bachelor in Paradise is on tonight. I don't know if I'm going to read any. We'll just have to see. Hello friends, it is the next day, and if I sound a little sickly, I kind of am, but that is not gonna stop me from this weekend and this readathon. Last night I was correct. I did not do any farther reading. My night went a little bit like this. Sometimes it do be like that. When I tell you that has been the highlight of my week so far, I am not exaggerating. I didn't even have time to watch Bachelor in Paradise. My dad did, so I need to catch up because he was ready to spill all the tea to me this morning, and I was like, time out. But I wanted to hop on here really fast because I got a surprise package in the mail today. This is like a golden ticket from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I feel so lucky. I wasn't expecting anything, but this package is from Penguin Random House. I don't know what this could be, so I figured it would be fun to open it together. I seriously feel like I just won the lottery or something. Let me move this down so maybe you can see a little bit better. I'm trying to open this. Holy sticky. Oh, gross. Look at the glue on it.
Like rubber cement?
Yeah, and it just got all under my nails. All right, we're gonna try and open this still. I'm just gonna have to cut this. I have never had a package this sticky before. I guess over at Penguin, they make sure their packages are secure. That literally did nothing. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh. That looks fun. Ew, what is that? Now this is super exciting. This is actually a bound galley of Nicola Yoon's first ever adult book. I was so confused at first because this little thing, I'm gonna have to ask someone smarter than me what this is, came out of the package first, and I was like, what on earth is that? I seriously don't know what it is, but it smells very nice. It also smells like something that would make me sneeze. I'm gonna look like a fool editing this. This is like an early copy. It is October, and this book comes out in June of 2024.
November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June.
That's 8 months from now. Final cover is still not revealed, so that is why it looks like this. On the back it just says, The Stepford Wives meets Get Out. Oh, on this #1 New York Times bestselling author Nicola Yoon's first adult novel, a terrifying and thought-provoking look at what it means to be truly free in America. Okay, so this is like something completely different from Nicola Yoon. I like it a lot, and I'll be very interested to see what I think. Thank you so much to Penguin Random House and Anchor Books for selecting me and sending me such an early copy. So I wanted to do a quick little update. It is now Saturday night, so almost like 24 hours have passed since I last talked to you guys. I had my very last night for the season at the haunted house yesterday, and oh my gosh, it was so sad to say goodbye to all of my friends.
Yeah, you got it.
I didn't know you were right behind me. This was my final look for the season. I had these flames going on my face. Honestly, it was a killer way to end the season. I just ended up having so much fun. I was in my favorite room of my clown house with my favorite high schoolers, so it was just overall a very fun night. But reading wise, I wanted to update y'all because I'm very close to finishing my book. I have read a lot today. I have stayed at home and done nothing except for read, watch some YouTube videos, and my parents so graciously delivered Duncan to me this morning just as a little way to end the haunted house season. So parents, thank you so much. I have about an hour of the audiobook left, maybe like 5 chapters or so, and if I can stay awake, I'm planning on finishing this tonight. It's literally just reading like a TV series on Netflix, and it's just very interesting. Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Today is the final day of the Laidback Readathon. This morning I just had a relaxed approach to the day. I woke up and immediately finished reading The Intern, which I will do a little review for in a second, but then I just got up and made myself some waffles. While eating those waffles, I started watching Project Fear here on YouTube. If you know, you know. So this is the second book I have finished for this readathon, and I have plans to finish a third one today. But first, let's get into my thoughts on The Intern. And overall, I had a pretty good time while reading this. I could easily see this being turned into a movie or TV series here in the future. It just has that readability of something more so that I would find on TV than through the pages of a book. We did have a very, very slow start getting into this. It took around 20% of the book before it started picking up for me. The middle of this book was super addicting. It was like a cat and mouse thriller trying to figure out what was going to happen. It's a corrupt world filled with some of the best characters and also morally gray characters. The ending for me lost a little bit of its sparkle just because it was told mainly through a flashback. The ending is just recounting the character's perspective that we didn't get to be a part of. Overall, for The Intern, I'm going to settle on giving it a 4-star rating. I'll definitely think about picking up some future books by this author, or maybe I'll have to give a look into her backlist. I'm pretty sure she's a well-published author. The only thing I will say about the characters, though, that took away from that perfect 5-star rating is that I didn't feel a connection to really any of them. This wasn't a book where my heart was aching for the characters. I didn't really feel a strong connection, so at the end, I was just like, oh, okay. I was just left unbothered, but this is definitely a book I would recommend picking up to read during a cozy fall afternoon and just binging the entire thing. So with that second book knocked out of the park, the third book that I want to start is You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight by Kaylin Bayron. I don't know if I'm saying that author's name correctly, but I have seen so much talk about this one here on BookTube and on Bookstagram. My hold actually came in for the audiobook, so it was perfect timing. The audiobook itself on normal speed is only 6 hours and 14 minutes, and I listen to my books on double speed, so I'll definitely be able to knock this one out today. The tagline on my phone just says, "At Camp Mirror Lake, terror is the name of the game, but can you survive the night?" So whatever that means, I am about to find out. So I wanted to hop in with a little reading update. I am about 75% of the way into You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight, and this is going a direction that I honestly didn't see it going. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Right now I'm more just like, what the heck am I reading? So far the vibes have been perfect. Young adult, slasher, movie-like atmosphere, but I think it's about to turn in a weird way, and I really hope it doesn't. If it keeps going down this ritualistic owl obsessed, yes, like the bird, the owl track, then it's going to end up more like a Scooby-Doo episode than a believable event of fiction, if you will. Am I making any sense? I don't know. I literally still have 25 minutes on normal speed of the audiobook left, but I had to come in here and say this because literally a clip ago, I was making a reference on how I didn't want this book to turn into like a Scooby-Doo-like ending. Well, I think I spoke too soon because that is exactly what's happening. Literally the line they just said was, "And we could have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for your bleeding heart." Guys, what? a weird direction this vlog took, especially since I'm ending this vlog with this review I'm about to give. I apologize. This book was one of those cases where it had me in the first half, but the second half went absolutely off the rails. The twist just absolutely didn't make sense. Like I said, it was something out of a Scooby-Doo episode. I thought for the entirety of the book we were gonna get fun, campy, atmospheric, slasher, young adult movie vibes, since we're literally following a cast of characters that are camp counselors. There wasn't enough buildup with the characters to form a deep connection to them within the plot. So when this out-of-pocket twist came at the end, I was literally like listening with my mouth open because it just genuinely bamboozled me. This is kind of a spoiler, I'm just gonna breeze over a topic, so don't listen if you don't want to. But literally this book is about adults sacrificing teenagers, throwing them into a lake, dressed as owls, for the sake of gaining power. Huh? Now you know why I'm so confused. Like, I know why there's owls on the cover now, but other than that, that literally came out of nowhere. I felt like the Final Girl plot was overpromised to us in a sense that it was going to play a bigger part in what happened at the end of the story. Overall, I'm gonna settle on giving You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight a 2-star rating. The execution just wasn't for me. The story was paced in a way where, yes, it was thrilling, but I just needed some more suspense to make it believable. In Scooby-Doo fashion, the culprit at the end of the book left a lot to be desired. If you're looking to check out a spooky camp counselor set book, I definitely recommend checking out Camp Sylvania by Julie Murphy. This came out earlier this year. I read it the month it came out in and I love it. I'm pretty sure this is also going to be a series, so I'm really looking forward to continuing in that world. And just like that, it is time for me to end this laid-back readathon reading vlog. Let's put a little final graphic up on the screen to see what books I finished on which days. Knocking out 3 books in a 4-day period is a pretty good stat in my opinion. I think my favorite one out of the bunch would be The Intern. Marty, thank you so much for hosting these readathons. I love so much when you do them, and it was super fun to vlog my experience this time around. As always, I will be here looking forward to the next one, but until then, I hope you enjoyed this video and hit the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe for some more future bookish content. I don't have much to say other than I hope you had a great spooky season. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! And I'm also thinking about We're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. Is that the name of it? Is my lip bleeding? Who knows? But technically, it still counts for the laid-back readathon. My ice just dropped. I was enchanted to meet you.
I got it. Oh, titties. Oh, oh my God. Woo.
Certain oh my God, I almost just spilled my water.